Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. War number 10. We are into the last 3 wars of the season, and I am so sad that I gave a death around here. But hey, it wasn't. Well, it was my fault. I'm not gonna run away from it. But there was a bug, and because of that, I got reparried. More on it later in the video when we get to the shocker. First fight. This war was against a Furia, a really good alliance master last season. This is war number 10, and we won this war, and that was 4 in a row. So the first fight for me was path number 8 against Rintrah, and the nodes here are going to a snowballing fury and no hit mercy buff 3. So if I knock him down, he gets a 350% critical buff on him. So yeah, pretty easy, straightforward fight. I am bringing in my trusty Sail. She has been an absolute beast for me for the whole season, and yeah, just like that, cancelling the striker with the fury. You with an SP1 with all of those physical vulnerabilities, you are able to take down Rintrah. Next one up is going to be a Nova. Now the nodes here are going to be snowballing fury, personal space, and underhanded comment. So if I stay near, he gets a fury, and he's also tactic. So I am trying to parry and build up those prowesses, and if I'm able to get like to hit in the block, I'm going to use that to my advantage here. And just like that, I have 3 bars of power. Pretty simple, straightforward here. Throw my SP3, get all of those blessings up, and with a few SP2s I can take out Nova. I don't have to worry about any of those power gains, and if there's no power gains, there's not going to be any kind of armor break, so all goes well. There's an SP2, power gain up, it's down to 7%, and he's going to bleed out. Probably he's the champion I'm most happy about that I ascended him. It's amazing, takes down a lot of champions in Battleground, so really happy about that. Next up is going to be a Weapon X, and the nodes are going to be reinvigorated, unblockable, never back down, and indomitable. Using a Nimrod here with all the rainbow boosts and also 200% tech and also 12% tech. I don't get to use a tech champion much often, so yeah, here was a good opportunity, trying to take away those regions so he is not unblockable. So just slowly building up. Not enough armors here. I should have went and built up for more armors, but that's okay. The damage is still there. Still got 1 bar of power, waiting it out, and again a very quick takedown here. Another SP1 baited out. I think ending up with a striker, and with an SP2, there he goes, and boom, he's out. And this next fight is the one where I gave a death. I was having such a good season, and then my alliance leader jinxed me, and I just gave up a death here. Reinvigorated, unblockable, indomitable, buffet over time, and arc overload. Now, I was not really aware that if I go with a medium into a light with a champion that has double mediums, you are going to be reparried. At first I thought it was just an auto block, but then I messed up a lot quite here. Now here I could have thrown an SP2 because the charges were below 50. Even then that was also shared with my alliance mate to me. So I did make a lot of mistake, but I thought if the bug wasn't there, I would have been able to take him down with like really slowly, you know, taking his HP down. But what happens here, you will notice that I threw my SP3 without the Furies. If I just did a simple SP3 into SP2 rotation, that would have been enough to take him out. Then still at this point I was doing okay, 66% health, I was alright. So again, got a good intercept here. Should have didn't throw a SP2 here, that was good, otherwise he would have been auto blocked. But here, look at that, I just get stunned because I'm hitting in the block. So I try again, I'm like, okay, maybe that was an auto block, maybe it won't happen again. I try to go hit in the block again, and I get a reparry bug again. So just hold up, and there we go. Now why does that happen? Anyway, I shared all of the footage as usual. We share all the footages of our deaths in the main alliance chat. So everybody chimes in and we discuss what went wrong and what was right. So I got to know that this is a bug going on with all the champions that have double mediums. So you don't have to hit in the block with a light attack, otherwise you get reparried. So it is a bug. I know I would really want to say I'm still having a deathless season, but it is a death. I should have known about this. But yeah, well, lesson learned. Came back in, I was able to take him down. Still, it wasn't like, I was already pissed with the death and wasn't playing like really amazing. But yeah, a little bit of a sketchy fight, but I was able to eventually take him down. Here again, SP1 is ready and waiting to hit in block. Just once with one medium. I'm like really like, scared right here that I don't want to be auto-blocked. So I'm just trying to like get the unblockable away, but he still has 100 charges and I'm like, okay, I might have to drop intercept here. But yeah, again, not hitting in the block twice. Just trying to get to an SP3, for him to throw a heavy attack. So I can hit once in block and then he throws a heavy attack. Just there, he did that and I got an opening. So just going in, heavy attack into an SP3. Now usually this should be really simple. Like after an SP3, you go in with a medium, light, medium. And cancel with a striker. And then I should end up with an SP1. I don't know why I backed away, because there's an auto evade on Silk. So I think at this point, because I already gave one death, I didn't want to give another one. I was really panicking here. Otherwise, I could have just pushed him to an SP2 and threw my special one there, and I would have killed him with all the physical vulnerabilities. But oh well, had to mess up. But eventually, trust me, I take him down and I don't take much damage. So yeah, it does work out for me in the end. And I just get caught there with another stun and I'm like, no, I don't want to die here. So yeah, it was a really stressful fight, especially after I gave one death and I don't want to give another one. Like, we are so close to masters and we're doing so well. And I was having such a deathless season for 9 wars, and then on the 10th war I gave one death and I'm like, no, this cannot happen. I'm like thinking to myself here, nope. Just refocus. Don't give another death. And it was just all sorts of panic. Well, if you're playing tier 1 wars, that's going to happen. And yeah, but eventually I got him down. Not the cleanest fight. I took him out while my health was at 10 or 5%. Had to heal all the way back up for the next 2 fights. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy the remaining one. And hopefully, if I'm assigned this fight again, I would do a better job. And finally down to 11%. Just slowly just hitting in the block once, waiting for him to throw a heavy attack. There he throws a heavy attack and I just go in, end my combo with a stun. And again I get caught here. I'm like, no. And then he throws a SP2. Finally I had my evade up, so that wasn't a problem. And moved up to an SP3 and threw that out. And that's where I took out Shocker. I think this has been the longest fight I did the whole season, because I was so unsure about it and I was so like worried about giving the first death. But hey, we got him down. Deathless season is soiled, but that's okay. It's I could have done much about it. I wasn't aware about the bug. And yeah, moving on to node number 39. I've done this fight so many times. Started off with invulnerability boost. And I was like, you know what, just build to an SP3 and then into an SP2 combination, I should be okay. But of course, when you die once in one war, something's wrong gonna happen again. And this guy is being so defensive that he doesn't want to like throw a heavy attack. Like, dude, come on. Finally, he throws a heavy attack and I go in and I get hit right in the face and my indestructible charge isn't gone. And I'm like panicking, like, what the hell? I can't push him to an SP3. So now I have to make sure whenever he is at SP2, I am able to throw, I have an evade ready. So that is going to be a tough ask to do. Now I am throwing him to an SP1. I'm like, you know what? I practiced the SP1 evade so much, I can do it. And I get hit on the first one. Like, dude, why is this fight going so wrong? And now I'm just evading back, waiting for all of those debuffs to go away. And then he throws a heavy attack, gives me an opening. I get my striker also, so that helps me out. And SP3 with all of those vulnerabilities. After the SP3 animation, I go back in with a medium, light, medium. All the time building up those vulnerabilities, then medium, medium again. And then again with 5-hit combo, heavy attack. And now I have an SP2 ready. So I wanted to throw an SP2 for that huge damage, but he was too quick on the SP2 and I messed it up a little bit as well. So like, you know what, I can build up to another SP3 and I can try again. So at this point I'm like, you know what, I'll just take what I can get. I will throw the SP2 and gain back some power and maybe get back-to-back SP2s. I wasn't planning to having the evade ready, but luckily I had it ready there and almost 2 bars of power. So I'm just waiting for him to throw a heavy attack here, so I can just throw my final SP2 and take him out. Now I've done this fight like 3-4 times this season, and trust me, I know how to do this fight and I do so much better. But this was such a sketchy fight, but hey, what was important was I got the solo and it helped towards the win, so I'll take it for once. And the final fight for me was against a Mangog, Note 46. I've done this fight quite a bit. Aspect of evolution, starting off with the invulnerability boost. Now we are almost at the end of the season, so I'm just using invulnerability boost whenever I want to. So again, the usual fight, get the SP1s out while you build up to your SP3 and having a striker ready. Once you have that, you can push Mangog to an SP3 and eat it with invulnerability. The whole thing is not to let him throw an unblockable SP2 because that is going to be a problem. So what I like to do is to use 4-hit combos and block. That triggers a heavy attack from him or a reparry, and that helps me push him to an SP3. Now with this SP3, I am not going to take any damage because of invulnerability boost. And this gives me an opening to do my SP3 into SP2 to take him out. So here we go. I'm just waiting for him to throw a heavy attack. Just there, starting off with a 5-hit combo, heavy attack to gain 1 fury into an SP3. And right after the animation, he will be passively stunned. So I go in with a medium, light, medium, then medium, medium again, cancelling my heavy attack with a striker, and then going back in and throw an SP2 to take him out. So yeah, that was the war for me. We were able to win this and we're sitting in Masters. We need 1 win in the last 2 wars to get into Masters. So stay tuned guys and I'll be back again. Bye.